I walk the streets with my swagger on, supernatural, facing a million opponents, and my role is to act alone. Lights, camera when the action's on. Where I'm home is a battle zone, a vigilante in the catacombs. But I rock with a hot shot like a clock when it's cocked and popped and the lead is thrown. People say that my head is gone, but it's them same people with need of my help. When I'm heading home in life, they say that everybody got a purpose. So I roam the city streets like faulty cellular service. The hot shot, sharpshooter, superhero, destined to shine like light through the dark and evil. I fight for what's right in the hearts of people and try to open y'all eyes, cause it's hard to see truth. You ever feel like everybody's the same but you different? That's when you know you're here to make a difference. Hot shot, you got a choice to make, stand up or stand down. Fight or flight, get up, bang out the world's weight. Can't wait to see what you about. It's showtime, act now. Hot shot, you got a choice to make, stand up or stand down. Fight or flight, get up and bang out the world's weight. Can't wait to see what you about. It's showtime, act.
Here comes a new challenger!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chat and Draw. There's my logo in your face, and it's gone. How you doing? I'm Mike Watson, and I make comic books. I'm the publisher of Freestyle Comics. I also go by the moniker of the most enthusiastic person in comics, and we are on the 276th episode of Chat and Draw. And on this show, we chat while I draw. And I give you these updates about freestyle comics and kind of the world of the creative comics that I live in, which I tried to fight it off, but I couldn't, so I had to do that. Sorry, apologize. The creative world that I live in, making comics. And right now, we are in the midst of our brand new Kickstarter, which we are promoting on today's episode, Hotshot number 12. Technically the 13th issue of Hotshot for our 13th Kickstarter that we're having right now. And I am wearing some of the brand new merch. Ooh, fresh out of that Kickstarter campaign. The Hotshot logo hats. Ooh, they nice. They nice. They are on that campaign. You should go check them out while you're trying to get the newest issue of the book. I hope everybody's doing real good. Con season. What up, J-Man? How you doing? Brad Arnie, good to see you. And thank you for that. Bless you. I bet you that was Ryan. We have a new con season upon us. We have been accepted to Awesome Con. Yes. We're going there for the first time. I hear this show is incredible. We're going to go check it out, and we're going to have a good time. And immediately following that, we're going to GalaxyCon Richmond. Back in the building for the Galaxy Cons. I love Galaxy Cons. It's a really good show. And you know what? I'm going to have all types of newness and sweetness and awesomeness with us at these shows. So if you are in Washington, D.C., or you are in Richmond, come check us out. All right? And we're going to be dropping all types of new stuff, man. We are working on currently Hotshot number 12. And for the first time ever, Hotshot 13 and Hotshot 14 are being drawn right now, being put together right now at the same damn time while I'm reading the script for Hotshot 15. If that's not progress, I don't know what is, because all these books are scheduled to come out this year. Next month will be Vigilance Month as we celebrate Vigilance getting her first trade, and we're going to be coming around the corner with 5-Star and Emerald Quest, and we're going to have our first free comic that we've ever done. We've done free comics before, but this is actually a brand new book, brand new character we're making up for Free Comic Book Day. So keep your ears to the ground with Freestyle Comics. We're really not playing around. That was a bar. But let me bring out my awesome co-host, Mayu. How you doing?
Hello, hello, and happy hump day.
Andrew Duggan, what's good? Hump Day is in the building. You're right, because
It
tomorrow's Thursday.
is. And I see J Man is here. So, hey, J Man. Hello, Andrew.
So, how have you been this week?
I have been good. It's been a good week. I pretty much just been relaxing, just luxuriating. I still am working out, but I've been taking it a little light, but I'm ready to get back in there. I'm going to be hitting the weights, you know what I mean? I'm trying to look like real life vigilance.
Okay.
But yeah, taking it easy. I got so many movies I need to catch up on, so don't judge me if I'm a little behind.
It's all right. Me and my kids got lost in this K drama. I can't pronounce the name of it. It starts with a G, and it ends with Creature, and it's on Netflix. It's incredible, super powerful movie. It just all types of things. My boss at work explained some history between China and Japan to me because we both were watching the show, and it just added so much more to it. So
I need you to find out the name of it so that I can binge it too, because I am all about the K dramas and the K shows. And I watch Singles Inferno. If anyone knows about that, it's a Korean single show. And right now, I just started The Devil's Plan.
Okay.
Korean reality show. So I'm here for it. I will read the subtitles, baby.
Awesome. Well, we have a couple people kicking it with us today, and Veronica Smith is a big part of Freestyle Comics, and she's here hanging out with us because we are on the Hotshot tour this one. How you doing, Veronica?
Hey, it's cold here. Like,
I mean, it's cold down here in Atlanta too, and I don't like
cold.
I can't wait for winter to be over. I want to shout out Veronica because she is in the midst of covering the last set of pages for Hotshot 12. Hotshot 12 would technically be done because it's normally a 22-page book, but we've gone 28 pages, and Veronica's putting out some marvelous colors. Lori is laying down them inks. There's the page she's working on right now. I'm very excited to see Lori's inks and then what Veronica's colors do on it. This page, once Danny puts his letters on it, we're going to win an Oscar and an Emmy for this page. This one page when it's all said and done.
Oscar and an Emmy.
Okay. Yep.
Gotcha.
We're gonna bring new categories to those shows.
I'm here for it.
And we're gonna bring out our guest, who is he's been out here a couple times. He's a bit of a regular, but we're gonna bring him out in Chat and Draw classic fashion.
Wait a second. A new opponent has interrupted the tournament.
Travis in the building. What's up, Travis?
What's going on? I have a question for you before we even begin on the shenanigans.
Okay.
Am I beating Danny now for my appearances? Because last time we were neck and neck. Is this putting me ahead of that bastard? I'm going to call him a bastard. I'm going to do it live on the air. Travis Gibbs called Danny Quick a bastard. So let that go on the internet. Go ahead.
No. Yes, this puts you ahead of Danny J. Quick.
Winning. And that's really what's important. I actually can go. I don't actually need anything. I just wanted to make sure I was one more than Danny. So things are all right in the world.
Got exactly what you needed.
He gets cocky, so you got to put him in his place. So this helps make sure that Danny Quinn is where he needs. I mean, he's got his own store and escape room. Like, that's a lot of power. That says something about a person when you're like, I want people to come to me and not be able to escape. It's a statement that he's making there. I don't know what it is. I don't like it, so I want to make sure that I put him in his place so he wants to change, and get better.
Okay, I dig it. I'm here for it. So We are going to be talking about Hotshot 12, amongst other things or whatnot. Like I said, that is the Kickstarter that's going on right now. The reason that Veronica's here, she is the colorist for Hotshot. She's been coloring the book since issue 7, and she has been bringing amazing emotion with her colors. She knows how to color to get tone and feelings out of those colors, and I apologized to her earlier when we started this issue. I apologize that she was going to have to put in work on this one because it was a very emotional issue. Travis is actually writing the 14th issue. Yes. No. 13th.
Yes.
The 15th. The 15th issue.
What? How is it 15 now? It was 14 forever. This is 12.
This
13 is the epilogue, and then it should be 14.
You're right. Thank you, Travis. Travis knows it better than I do.
Mike, you're killing me. You're killing me.
He's writing the 14th issue. Well, Danny just sent me the script for the 15th issue today. So I just I'm fresh off of reading that. So I got
Danny's just always behind me by one because I am like we just covered this whole thing. I'm before Danny.
Travis is beating Danny. Period. Got it.
But Travis is writing the 14th issue, and it's a one-shot. We're introducing a brand new character. That is also the issue where our new artist, Teo, is taking over as we are beginning a rotation of drawing every other issue to get more issues of Hotshot out because we have a very immensely big crossover coming, and we have to get there. And this is one of the ways we're trying to do it. We can also get there if people just give us loads of money, and then I can pay more people to work on this book and really, really get it cranking. So you could also do that too. That would be helpful. But if you have not checked out the Kickstarter, it's fskgo.com. If you have backed and pledged it, please just give it a share. We're trying to get it out there. All right. So Amayu normally likes to take over right here because she likes to talk.
I do. Well, this is the thing. As the person that is new to the show, or a person who's new to the Hotshot comics, I just want the viewers to just be introduced to you. Even though obviously you have a relationship with Mike, I still want to know, your origin story, if you will. So I would like to start with Veronica. So first of all, tell me how you got connected with Mike.
It was through a Facebook comic artists group. I think one of those. I don't remember if he was looking for new colors, but he had posted a page for people to. And I was like, oh, I'd work because I was still kind of starting out a little bit, and it's like I need work, so let's give it a shot, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Okay.
And what about you, Travis?
We were kind of running in the same circles, Mike and I. So we've been running in the, indie community circles, and I invited him on a few shows. He invited on me to help promote each other, try to get people up. And we just have clicked. And I wrote this character he's designing right now is called Gravel. And I wrote it for his issue. Mike does so much for the community that one day I just came up to him. I was like, hey, I wrote an issue of Hotshot. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah. And this is when I got my scout deal. I had kind of got a few bigger credits. And I was like, you know what? He does so much. And writers can't do as much, right? I can't do a piece that he can use, right? So I just got to write something. So I was like, I wrote you an issue of Hotshot. It's a one-shot. Use it. You don't owe me anything. Let's do it. He's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. He read it, loved it. I wrote it as as an issue that can kind of go in anywhere, and we are now creating this amazing character called Gravel.
Wow, that's awesome. Veronica, how did you get started into coloring? Was it something that started from when you were a child? Were you always into it? Or was it something that you discovered as a later passion in life?
Let's see. Well, I kind of was always drawing since I was a kid, and all the cartoons and Marvel stuff, starting from there, and then I think I was in college was when kind of the digital stuff kind of started to come out,
Mhm.
and I was kind of seeing it getting more and more popular, and I'm like, I should really look into that because I think this is going to be the new way they're going to do it. So I kind of I had like one computer art class in college, but um, that was about it. So I kind of had to teach myself from online tutorials and stuff. And
That's what's up. Self-taught. I like that. What about you, Travis? Had you always been writing comics, or is this a
No, well, yes and no. So I went to film school. So my first passion or plan was film, but even that, my plan for film was to get into comics. I was going to get into film so I could break into comics because there was no path when I started. Like there was no path of how to get in. You know, you didn't really have the internet as much. I'm a little old. I know I grew up nice, but I'm a little older than I look. Um, but we, so I started doing it, and then I realized film costs a lot of money, and I didn't come from a family that got credit cards. Well, I mean, I could have, but they used it to use my social security number to, to get cable and other things as I was growing up, like
right?
you
Right.
do with, white trash families like I came from. um, but I went to a Comic Con here at the MegaCon. It's actually coming in a couple of weeks, and I met a guy who did a book. I was huge into Pulp Fiction. I love Pulp Fiction. I love crime, and he had a book that was kind of similar called Government Bodies. And I was like, "What does it take for me to write a backup or be part of this?" And he was like, "Hey, if you give me a 4-page story, I'll put it in." And I called a friend from all my friends in high school I knew who drew, got it in there, and then I bit. So I did comics for a few years, and then I had a daughter, and I decided to be a dad instead of do comics, which I think is the best choice, and I'd make that choice again. But she's all grown up now, so I've been back for about 5 years doing this and doing all sorts of stuff. My own publishing company does almost as many books as FSK. I think probably even. I would say we have about the same amount of books. Believe it or not, it's crazy.
Oh
Uh,
wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So the both of you are either of you doing this full time, or do you still like have a day job that you do and then you kind of do this on the side? And we can start with Victoria. Veronica,
right.
sorry.
um, I did have a part-time job, but at the end of last year, because it was a small business, I was a cook in a kitchen, and it wasn't going well, so I got laid off because the business was going under. So by proxy, I'm now a full-time freelance.
Whatever it takes. I always say to my mom, I say some little birdies jump out of the nest and some little birdies have to get pushed out. However it takes to fly, so be it. What
What's
about
up, Victor? I'm using one of your pencils you sent me, Victor.
Hey Victor? He said
Nice.
hi.
What's up,
Victor
Victor?
Victor Medina is a crazy good artist. And saw him streaming the other day, and I asked him what pencils he used, and he's also a super nice dude. He was like, "Hey, I'll email them to you. Check them out. Let me know what you think."
Nice. What about you, Travis?
So I own a web design company, but I'm losing more clients than I'm gaining because I'm doing comics. I'm doing comics. I'm not networking. I'm not going out like stuff because I'm trying to transition into the web design at the comic book field more and more as I get more and more gigs and do more and more stuff because it's busy over here in Orange Cone.
That's
I love
awesome.
that cat just poked out. It was
I was
great.
about to say we got another guest over there. Veronica, who's this other
Yep,
guest?
that's Layla.
Layla. Okay.
I see. And so I hold on. I got to address Mike here for a second. So you're drawing the person instead of the thing. The
Yeah,
what do
just
you?
to start off,
All right,
getting loose.
all right, all right.
Alrighty then. Earlier Mike mentioned two of the cons that he will be at, but he didn't mention the one in April. Mike.
I did not, and I have no excuse for that. Urban Nerd Con is happening in April. We will be at that show. It will be in Atlanta, and also very much so looking forward to that one as well. If you're in the Atlanta area, you need to come down and check it out because it is going to be good times. I had great times the first year the show was there,
Yeah, we
and
had such a
looking
good
forward to it.
time in Montgomery. It was in Montgomery at the inaugural year. It was in
Yeah,
Montgomery. Now it's going to be in Atlanta, which is where I am. Where are you guys located?
I'm in FL. I'm in Florida. So I'm just a little south from you. I love Atlanta cons. All of them are great. I've gone to a few, so good stuff.
What about you, Veronica? Where are you located?
I'm in southwestern Michigan, close to Lake Michigan.
Oh, bless your heart. That's why you
Yep,
gotta
we
be
be
cold.
sporting sub-zeros right now. So
I can't. I can't. I'm actually from Detroit, Michigan. Mm-mm.
Ah,
I'm in Georgia
Oh,
now for a reason. Okay, it's cold up there. I don't want it. Okay,
I did not know that. I didn't know you were from Detroit.
I was. I spent my formative years there, from about the age of like 10 to about 17, and then my family was like, "We're out of here, down to Georgia." So
well,
Mm.
there's only 8 miles to live on, according to Eminem. So I mean, you eventually got to figure out. There's only so many people can live in an 8 mile radius.
right, and I was there on the east side.
All miles, and you're like, I'm done.
That's what's up. Um, so other than working on your own projects or whatever, what are you all's favorite comics that you enjoy? Veronica.
sorry. Let's see. I think I'm still kind of a mostly Marvel. Of course, I haven't really kept up too much with what's the new stuff. I was collecting like Amazing Spider-Man, the stuff from the '90s that I grew up watching the cartoons on. So I'm still kind of little nostalgia on those that kind of keeps me looking for those.
That's what's up. I love that. I love that. Travis.
Uh, I have an addiction, so I read a lot of comics.
Oh, here we go.
Today's when you said Hump Day, my immediately response is that's not correct. It's Comic Day. I automatically want to correct, even though it is both. It can be both. It can be multiple things.
Comic Hump Day. Yeah.
Right, Comic Hump Day. So I read every Marvel book that comes out. I read them all. I read most of them. Yeah, I read. I think it's all. There's a couple of X-Men books I don't like. Some of the X-Men spin-offs I don't, and some of the Spidey spin-offs don't. But everything else I read. So heavily into that. On the DC side, I stick to most of the Bat family. I like Batman and Nightwing and Batman and Robin. But beyond that, I kind of stick out. I like this design. I'm super excited. Sorry, I'm trying not to be distracted by the
Oh, it's
big.
okay. We do both here, you know.
Right. Mike, so one of the things I want when you're building his shoulders and stuff, I want him because he's sucking up gravel. I want like stop signs and stuff stuck in him. Make some armor that way. I think it'd be cool.
Stop
You
sign.
know, it'll be it'll be easy to do, right? Just
Yeah.
fly, no problem.
Like you got your head down, but Victor says he hopes you like the pins, man.
Oh, I am digging them. These pencil brushes that you sent actually have a feature I've never seen with the brushes. Like the brushes, you can adjust it on the fly in the tab here. I don't know if you guys can see that over here or whatnot. Oh, it's not showing you. That's crazy. Oh, because of how I have the screen. But it lets you adjust the thickness and the opacity of it with like these little meters that are on here. I've never seen that before, and that's real interesting.
I was on one of these when he first found a new color shading, and it was about 20 minutes of the interview, him just shading things and erasing it to see what it can do. It's very fascinating to watch these guys get their electric pens and like what they can do. But when I talk about Kickstarter books, I like White Ash. I really love White Ash. I love Drumsticks of Doom. Furthest place from here. I read a lot of comic books. All of them. I read pretty much everything. I need to stop. It's a problem.
You happen to mention your daughter. So how old is the daughter now?
Yeah, I have 2 daughters and 1 son. 2 biological, 1 step. So my daughter is 21 years old, going on 22. So I'm old. I know I make it look good, but I'm old. If you keep enough toys behind you, people get confused. So you're fine. I assume that's why Mike has all those dart guns or Nerf guns because it really
Right.
keeps you young, right?
Arsenal.
And then I have a 10-year-old stepdaughter, and then I have a 4-year-old son who is amazing. So
And do you share your comics with them?
when they want to, I mean, my daughter, I we just described that I get all of Marvel. I've been doing that for a long time. She could literally read anything, and she's like, "I like manga. I'll do that. I don't. It's the only thing I don't." It's like she actively chose. Hey, what geek culture do you not subscribe to? That's the one I like. So
Of
she
course.
reads a lot of manga and tries to get me to read it. To be fair, but my son, he loves Spider Man. We watch Spider Man Amazing Friends before we go to bed every night, or Bluey. Both are superheroes in their own right, just
Yeah,
different superheroes.
Bluey.
And my stepdaughter we just started getting her. She's into the new Doctor Who that just appeared this year.
Okay.
That's her first Doctor Who. She randomly was like, "Oh, you're gonna watch that? I'm gonna watch that with you." I'm like, "All right." So that's a new thing. So that's her Doctor, and I'm really excited about that since my daughter had a doctor. It was, Matt Smith. That was her doctor, and she grew up with Matt Smith, and like seeing this new one. So I'm really excited about that and see what that looks like generational. Because for me, like I explained, I was in it before. I didn't know that Doctor Who was actually in black and white, like because I had a black and white TV, because that's how old I am.
Oh,
Not Let me revise. That's not how old I am. That's how poor I was. That's a better statement. I'm in my 40s, guys. Early 40s, not late.
what are
So
you like? Still young, right?
right, 40s is the new 20, right?
Exactly. Yes, we're gonna go with that. Hmm.
Uh, but you didn't back in the day. You didn't get cable in every room of your house, or it was really expensive to get cable in your room of your house. So I had to get antennas and watch a TV, and I watched Doctor Who, and I was so disappointed when I found out it was black and white. Like I was like, I'm going to see this in color one day. It's going to be great. And they're like, no, it's going to be in black and white still.
That's interesting. Okay, so I'm not a Whovian.
Sure.
Um, but I initially started trying to watch it when I was married. One of my bonus sons, he was really into it. So I was like, I'm gonna watch, and it was in color. So they must have just digitally remastered it, I
No,
guess.
it's just 60 years and it resets. Every new person gets kind of their own season. You don't really need the stuff
But it was
before.
the first season. Like I started from the beginning.
So there's a new season in like 2018, or no, before that 20. When was Doctor Who reboot? Hold on. Now we got to look all this stuff up.
Yeah, we
Uh,
gotta have the info because I thought I was watching the first episode, so I would think
yeah,
that was.
no, so in 2005 they did a reboot. So that's
Mm,
the one you probably saw in 2005. Is that right?
I thought it was season one. Dang
It
it!
is. It is season one. They do declare that it's season one, but
Oh, they got me.
but not really, because it's a 6-year-old show. So in the 60s is when like the first one is.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
that's when they rebooted it, and that was the start. Like right now it's season, just to again go geeky. Right now it's season 13, so it's 13 seasons from that one that you watched. But it is, let's see,
Mm, okay, interesting. So what do you think about the newest Doctor? What is your 2 cents? I'm curious because I've heard some very passionate opinions on it. So what's your thought?
people hate change. People hate change. They're in. This may shock you, but they're a little scared of the Doctor may be a little gay, but it's okay. It's
A
gonna be
little
fine.
bit, a little
It's
bit.
gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It'll be all right if he's a little bit gay.
Okay, but what?
No, I like it. It's the first Doctor of Color, which is really great. He's super charming. He's very funny and blows up the worm, and it was good at first episode. It's hard to tell with just one episode under your belt like how good it is. It's only the one. It was a Christmas special, and it was super kiddie. Because Doctor Who, for if you're not aware, like it's made to be a family show. So it's not like normal sci-fi, like Star Trek's not really made to be a family show. It can be enjoyed by your family, but it's not made for that purpose.
Okay.
So it was really they had singing goblins, like it was very silly. But he was fun. It was weird. I'm getting a little older. I realize though, when I looked at the young companion, and I was like 19. I was like, "That's it, 19. She can't drink yet." And I was like, "Oh, they're in England. They can drink." I don't know. I'm really confused on what we're doing here. 19 just seems young. It's probably because I have a 21-year-old. I'm like, needs to be a little older.
Gotcha. One of the users here, their name's not coming up. They
Brad
want to know
Arnie.
how you're enjoying the weather, Veronica. BA said that, whoever BA is.
That's Brad Arnie.
Okay, hey Brad.
Who is amazing.
Yes,
Are you frozen, Veronica?
she's frozen.
Veronica is frozen. That's how she's enjoying it. It's so effing cold. She's frozen now. Okay.
Right,
If you
and
want to
those
talk
lakes don't seem that great. I just got to tell you, those lakes up there, they don't seem that great.
what legs?
The Great Lakes of Michigan.
Oh yeah, they're not.
Oh, the lakes. I thought you said legs. I was like, that didn't look like a leg to me.
Barker's legs are up. Like, look.
And she's thawed out. Thank you for coming back, Veronica. So how are you enjoying the weather?
Okay. Did a man frozen?
Yes.
Yes, you're unfrozen.
Okay. Yep, it is that cold. So I'm like, I haven't left the house in a week. We had like a blizzard a few days ago and got like a foot of snow, and so I haven't left the house. But I think it's supposed to warm up this week. So once it's above freezing, I can venture back out and restock my fridge.
I know that's right, because it's cold down here in Georgia. I mean, not as cold, obviously, but like it got into the teens, and I was just like, why is it that we're not used to this? We don't need this down here. So yeah, I feel you a little bit, not a lot. No snow, thank God. Please, Lord, no snow. We don't need another snowpocalypse. Okay.
That's what we had: snowpocalypse and ice, and
Mm.
it's
I was
looking
watching-
like day after tomorrow up here.
Ooh, nope, not doing it.
I was watching wrestling, and I've watched wrestling on and off my whole life. I'm just back into it right now, and they had like empty seats in the wrestling, and they literally were like, they had a snowstorm, and they just, it's too much. Like, this is why we have low capacity. Like, they actually mentioned it on WWE. Like, we just got to let you know, it's just really cold here, and like all the wrestlers and breasts were coming out. It was wild.
Wow, I believe it. And then they be in those little tiny underwear anyway. So yeah, I wouldn't want to be. Alrighty. So it's a little after 8:30, so we might pop into a commercial, or we can wait till 9 o'clock and see what Mike wants to do.
Oh, we're about to pop into the commercial.
Okay, well, we're going to pop into the commercial in just a moment.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about a couple of movies that are out, and, we'll just see, what you all's thoughts are on them. There may or may not have been some Jonathan Majors drama, but, we might dabble in that a little bit. So be prepared.
Here we go.
I'm here for that.
There we go. Hotshot available on the Kickstarter right now. You guys should go open up another window, keep us open, and go check that out.
Alrighty, so Marvel movies from recent times and potential Marvel drama. So I don't know. Can y'all see my Loki poster that I have behind me?
Yes.
Mr. Huddleston. Anywho, so we got the part of the introduction of Kang in this in Loki. We got some of his information from Quantumanium, and now we have all this drama with Jonathan Majors. So there are some theories on what they think Marvel should do. Obviously, Jonathan is out. So people are wondering, are they going to go with a different villain to focus on, or are they going to replace him? What are you all's thoughts? We're going to start with Travis this time, and you can tell us what you think.
What a great time to ask me. Me and my wife we're always behind because we're doing comics. We just finished Loki this weekend, which fantastic ending of season 2. I loved it. My only complaint about it, I just wish there was a little bit more Thor references. This is the last time we're going to see him. I wish there was a little bit more Thor. Just a little love, a little mention.
Yeah.
Love you, bro. Something, but whatever. So for
Just to
Jonathan
get
Majors,
help.
right. So for Jonathan Majors, it puts us in a bad situation. I think that they should move on and just skip the Kang stuff. You have an ending with Loki. You have an ending where we can be satisfied. You kind of he's not going to be Thanos anyways, regardless of how cool you make him, because Ant-Man already beat him, right? Ant-Man just destroyed him. So you're never going to get him to have that big presence that you want anyways. So I feel it's better to kind of just let Kang go. You have enough time to try something new and plan something new. I mean, obviously use the multiverse because I think that's their big plan for Secret Wars. So you're going to have to find a new way to multiverse, but there's a lot of time traveling people. You could put Doctor Doom in, which that would replace. You could have, even if you wanted to do Kang, but do a different variation like Immortalist or one of the other versions, and you can keep Jonathan Majors where he was, because Jonathan Majors was a great actor. I mean, he killed it. His acting, his personal characteristics may not be great, but his acting ability is fantastic. He killed it. He killed it.
Yeah.
It's such a weird, I do totally understand why they had to cancel him and why they had to get rid of it, but it's a shame because I mean, he was so good in Loki. I actually don't think he was that great in Ant-Man, but Loki, like the different variations and being able to be that version was so good.
Yeah.
So it's a damn shame. But I hope they switch. And just switch directions, make that Avengers movie something different. They're losing directors there all the time, so what's it going to matter?
Gotcha. So you say go a different route with a different villain. I'm here for that. What about you, Veronica?
I haven't caught up on Loki, so I haven't seen where they took the character before the guy was tossed, but I can kind of go along with what Travis was saying, and now's a good time to try something else and go with a bigger, badder villain, maybe make a more complex story for their next iteration of the arcs that they're wanting to do.
Okay. All right. I also agree, but if they did keep the Kang the Conqueror storyline, what actor would you all put in Jonathan's place? I know who I want, but he already said no. But but you'll come back to me.
You didn't ask me.
You busy drawing. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Get one shot. Don't mess this up.
I'm gonna mess it up because I disagree with you. I'm glad they're last time I checked, they are keeping the Kang storyline. They're looking for another actor to play it. I think it sucks that it's not Jonathan Majors anymore, because I do agree with Travis. He absolutely killed that role. His ability to play so many different versions of him and them be distinctly different, but still hold that still centerpiece of it was incredible. And Ant-Man really didn't beat Kang, in my opinion. Kang wasn't at full power. He got off on a technicality, and that movie is supposed to serve as the purpose for, or the way Kang escapes into the multiverse to garner and gather his full power. But he is the guy on Walking Dead who I can't remember his name, but he was the rich guy who had the yacht. I think he
Coleman
should be,
Domingo.
yeah, I think he should be Kang.
Oh, now that you say that, oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. I was just, thinking. Okay, what about you, Travis? Who do you think would be a good replacement?
So what I think you do is you really screw everybody up, and you put Terrence Howard in it, and he was Kang in Iron Man 1. Just tie it all together.
Bring him back. Bring back Terrence Howard.
Right, bring it back to Terrence Howard. I think that's the key. I think you're gonna have to go ballistic. I think you're gonna have to go a crazy different way. I think Will Smith's in a similar situation where you don't want Will Smith, but I think you need to go a Will Smith caliber, like guy who can go crazy, who can bring it to a crazy limit, like height and energy, and back down and keep that star power. I don't really know who fits these roles, who they haven't already cast in other things. They cast so many of the best African American actors in Black Panther. It's really hard to go, hey, what are we going to play?
Right, who haven't we seen yet? Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Oh Lord, please no.
Chris Rock and Kevin Hart. They'll play against each other. There'll be two versions of each other.
There you go, right there.
But I think you need someone who could be a big baddie, but also has that charm. Because what Kang is he's so cocky and arrogant. That's how he loses most of the time in the comics. Is he just knows so much and he thinks he knows everything. So I think that's interesting.
Lord Jesus. Okay. So somebody said who I wanted. I would like John Boyega.
John Boyega.
No, I know, but no. Listen, he's got the chops. I think, and also I feel like he just has a good look. I just feel like he would have been a great replacement. He already said no though via Twitter, I think. So okay, hey Kyron, everybody say hi to Kyron.
Hi Kyron.
Hey, Kyron.
He said, go over the top and cast Scarlett Johansson as Kang. She's already played everything else. This is what we do with Kyron.
This sounds like what we're doing.
Kyron, don't do that.
See, this is Danny propaganda coming into this channel again. See, I'm trying to help you. I watch this. So this ridiculousness doesn't happen.
Veronica, did you have a suggestion? Was there someone that you think would have been a good replacement?
I haven't been able to think of because as we said that they've already kind of
a lot.
The Black Panther run was they pretty much brought in every great African American actor that's around. So I'm I don't know who they.
Yeah, I don't know
who they have.
Boyega. Yeah, I wouldn't have a good guess yet. So
Dave Chappelle.
Sorry. They might as well bring Cat Williams in then.
Just bring them on.
Come on, Cat the Conqueror. I mean,
call it the variation of cancels. Just get them in.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
Not the variation of cancels.
Oh, apparently the counseling's not working so great.
Right.
All that money. Anywho. Okay, let's backtrack one more Marvel movie, if you don't mind, to the Marvels. Hello. Did you all see that? What did you think? Your 2 cents, all that good stuff. Starting with...
I forgot to watch that.
You forgot to watch it. Don't you support women? No, I'm just kidding.
I do.
It was 3 of them in there.
I've been busy doing FSK stuff.
Okay.
I have.
That's a good excuse.
I haven't watched anything. I haven't watched anything since Into the Spider-Verse, the second one,
which was really good, or Into the Spider, whatever it was called. And I actually did not see the first one, so as someone who did not see the first one, I still enjoyed the second one.
Don't you like black people?
Not on Wednesday, apparently.
Wait,
no.
I'm sorry. Don't you like black and Latino people?
It was animated, so I wasn't sure who was behind the scenes, so I wasn't sure. But yeah, Coleman Domingo. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on that. So You all may not know this, but I am a Walking Dead fan, even though I don't have any
Mhm.
Walking Dead posters. I guess that's what I need to add to my wall up here. I'm a Walking Dead fan, even throughout all the spinoffs and all the side shows and side babies and all that other good stuff. So Coleman Domingo, that was my introduction to Coleman Domingo was on Fear the Walking Dead. And he captured me from the moment he opened his mouth. So that would be, yes. I only thing is I want him to be a little younger. I don't know how old Coleman is that ageist? Is that ageist of me? I just
Uh,
want him to be a little bit younger. Let me see how old he is.
well, see, I think he's the appropriate age for the Kang that the Avengers would need to face. That he's right at that age of being that arrogant, super knowledgeable, super tenured, experienced. But but he's still. I mean, he can still kind of flip it, um, as far as youth wise. Like I imagine that this Kang would be in his maybe like early 30s, mid 30s,
Yeah.
and he pulls that age look off and can. But he's got for I've seen him on the red carpet lately, and I did watch a recap of Walking Dead, but I've seen the way he walks, his swagger, his height, the broadness of his shoulders. I just see that silhouette of him as Kang, or like that's that voice that comes off scene, and you turn around and he's there in his super amazing outfit or whatnot.
You know who is kind of an off the wall person who hasn't done a Marvel movie, who I think is a fantastic actor, doesn't get nearly enough credit, and he hasn't been doing a lot lately, is Tay Diggs.
Yeah,
Yeah. Didn't he I think he had a little bit of drama like a little while back. I think that
Really?
I mean hell, seems like everybody
Is he on our cancel Kane train?
he got canceled too. So yeah, go ahead and add. You know what? And I feel like Tay Diggs could play young enough too. Yeah.
Yeah.
like are we talking about Tay Diggs, like Tay Diggs from Fast and Furious?
No, you're thinking about Tyrese.
Tyrese,
Tyrese
all right.
Gibson.
Tay Diggs.
Tyrese actually
I'm
is a
terrible
pretty
with names.
good actor, I think.
Yeah, Tay Diggs. Let me think of what you would see him on. I'm a musical guy, so
Somehow Stella got her groove back from way back in the day.
yeah, he's in a lot of
Oh,
Hey Diggs, the
I
best
can
man.
see that. I could see that. You know what? Yeah, I could see that because there's some lines um that he does in Best Man, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I could see that. I can see that. That's a good pick.
because he's got the. I think he needs that. You need that charm of
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm with you. Like just follow me. Like I'm gonna take care of you. But I can also take you down. And I've seen him in like Go and stuff like that, where he has to be aggressive and like kind of a little more violent.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Interesting.
Or what about Aldous Hodge? I was just like thinking about. I just thought about him. I feel like he hasn't done.
I don't know who that is.
Has he done anything in Marvel yet?
Let me check him out.
I only knew him from. I forget what else he's done. There's a TV show Leverage.
Aldous Hodge. Yeah.
I know I've seen him in other. He's kind of on the tall, lanky side. I'm not sure how that would work in King.
Let me check him out real quick.
Well, I think they need.
Oh, he was in Black Adam. That's what it was. He was Hawkman in Black Adam.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he would be a good one. Mhm.
Yeah, I think you need someone a little taller because a lot of the superhero actors are taller. So I think tall is better. The taller you are, the better it is to try to, because you're not going to be able to beef up like a Chris Helmsworth, So you got to go in different directions. You know what I'm saying?
Hemsworth. Mm-hmm.
Right. I almost swooned when I saw him with the shirt off in the first Thor. I was just, damn, what happened there?
Well, since we're talking about muscles already and hot bodies, have you all seen the newest Aquaman?
No.
I have not. No,
not yet.
I decided to skip it.
And I'm
haven't seen it yet.
I'm not back yet 1 second because I will not do a disservice to Miss Marvels. The Marvels was great.
Oh yeah, back to the Marvels.
Very fun, very entertaining, and to this date, top 5 fight scenes is within that movie. And them women together were incredible. Kamala Khan stole the show.
Yes, she
I
did.
definitely, absolutely enjoyed it.
Her and her family stole the show.
See,
I love her family.
I didn't love it, and not because of the normal. I didn't love the two like funny stuff right in a row. Like you have the singing town, and then you have the cats. Like I could take one or the other, but you can't do both. And I think only James Gunn, who does Guardians of the Galaxy, knows how to balance like the silly and the serious. Because once you gave me both and you took me out of it, then I'm like, why is Shield like the high level Shield officials not as important as as the family? Like what's going on here? Like I'm now nitpicking because you've taken me out of it to nitpick, and I won't nitpick if you keep me involved. Beyond that, like if it wasn't those two silly things, I thought the movie was super fun, but those two silly things really took me out.
So
The
I
cats.
I can live with that critique.
Right.
I can live with that, and that's valid. But so my one question is, but did you know that singing scene, the planet, and all this stuff, that's actual, that's actually in the comic?
Sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of serious things in Captain Marvel
Yeah,
too that you could do. And again, I'm not against any of it. And it was just right after another. Remember, because it went from there to the ship and these crazy cats situation. So you did silly upon like stacked upon silly. And I also felt like they cut like a half hour out of the movie. Like at the end, I'm like, who has the gauntlets now? Like I felt like they was like things that they just kind of
They rushed a little bit.
rushed through or like said in lines that would have been better scenes to like deal with for whatever reason. And I think that really hurt the movie as well. Because the action scenes were great, the jumping between them. Camilla, like she really was like, "This is my effing movie. Like I don't care how famous you guys think you are. Like this is my movie." But and I really loved it. You know, it was my first. We talked about my stepdaughter earlier, Doctor Who. She watched Miss Marvel. That was the first Marvel TV show she watched. She doesn't go to the Marvel movies. She's not really into the Marvel thing, but she really got into Miss Marvel. So I was super excited to bring her to that and have that experience and do that. My older daughter, she goes to all of them with us, but my middle daughter, she's like, I'm not really into superheroes. I like other stuff, but she loved Miss Marvel and moving it over. But yeah, that's my only problem is it's back to back silly, and you're not James Gunn. Only James Gunn can pull that off.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Well,
Your
see,
two,
that's
Veronica, or you said you didn't see it yet.
Mm-mm.
Okay, gotcha.
see now
What about you?
What do
What
I
do you
think?
think? Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Now I have to confess, I've been falling asleep in movies lately. So the first time I went to see it, I fell asleep. But it's like that's been happening. I'm like, I don't know, is this 41? Like, what's happening? Um, but so the second time I saw it, of course I didn't fall asleep. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I agree, like the chemistry between the three of them was really good. Kamala is like she's giving me annoying teenager. Like it took me a minute to get through Miss Marvel because I was so annoyed with her as just an annoying
Right.
teenager. So I was like, okay, she's just doing a good job, apparently.
see. So
So
that's one of the reasons why I like her, because she is an annoying teenager, but I'm not annoyed by her as a teenager because they don't
right,
just make her annoying and then say, "Well, it's because she's a teenager." No,
right.
her personality and her choices make sense with her character, and
Yes.
that's one of my biggest pet peeves, that they just make teenagers assholes or hard headed
Dumb.
or just like, and they just say, well, it's because how teenagers are. Like my friend literally said it to me, well, teenagers are assholes, they are dumb. No, they're not. They're that is a small group of teenagers. There are actual children that listen to their parents, that know
Right.
how to talk to their parents. There are teenagers that follow directions. They're all not rabid alcoholics on drugs and having sex. All
It's
right.
not like Euphoria in real life. No.
No,
Okay.
I'm not saying that child does not exist. I'm just saying that is in the minority.
Gotcha. So we are team teenagers over here, apparently. Oh, we are coming up on the 9 o'clock hour. So I don't know if we want to start wrapping things up, or do we have some
Yeah.
extra
I
time?
think this character is great. Look at him.
Yeah, it's definitely come together. We're teeny tiny, so we're really getting to see the details and everything.
So, you want to wrap up, Mike? I could tell people who this character is a little bit right before we wrap up if you want.
Uh, I'm kind of still feeling this. I mean, but yeah, go ahead. Tell them about the character.
Okay. So this is Gravel. This is the character I created. Gravel is I can't think of his real name right now. His human name. But he is a legal immigrant working in this country, and he gets into an accident that melts. There, it's this hot gravel that they put down. They put down the asphalt, and it's super super hot. But it dries really fast, so they can get cars on the road the next morning. So it's super stuff. He loses his legs, and it gives him this power. He finds out that when he touches gravel again, he's now connected to it and he can control it and become like a beast as long as he's standing in gravel. And he's very angry because he was a legal immigrant. They didn't give him any compensation, so he lost his legs and he was not compensated. And this is he tries to take revenge on the lovely people of Cleveland. It's Cleveland, right?
Columbus.
Columbus. So
Interesting.
he is he takes on Hotshot and tries to see what's going on.
Wow. When did you create this character?
We did it about 2 years ago. We created this is actually the first visual of the character that we created. Mike and I have talked about it a few times, but yeah, I created it specifically for the Hotshot universe. You see, we're on issue 12, and he's fought two. Hotshot's only fought two villains, right? Is it two?
That's you too. Yep.
Void, and then this, right? Hotshot and Friends. Did he fight anybody in Hotshot and Friends?
Oh no. He's fought Dragoness. He fought Void. 3 Ripple. Okay.
So I was like, hey, Spider-Man fought 15 in the first 6 issues. So let's speed this up here. So I created this character, given it to the FSK universe. And I just want the action figure. So we need to get through it quickly, get it popularity.
Yeah.
This could be an anti-hero, guys, quick. So let's go through it and get the action figure.
That's interesting. So you're saying that you were cool with amputees before it became cool.
Before we became cool.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good.
Well, I'm not an immigrant, but I really have a passion for the immigrant story. Like anytime there's I'm a huge Hamilton fan or anything that talks about the immigrant story, I really relate to it for some reason. Mm-hmm. I really relate. It's probably because of where I came from. Like I always felt like I couldn't get ahead. My family lived off of welfare. We my parents were both drug addicts. So I kind of lived in similar lifestyle where like I needed support from the government or from someone to be able to make it. So I think I really relate to that plight where like, hey, I want to get out of something bad and I'm here. Can you help me? So I want to work. I want to take care of it. I'm not a loser. I'm not trying to steal from the government. I want to work. I want these opportunities and I just don't have them. And I think that I relate to that as a person. Like I want these opportunities. I'm willing to work for them. I just didn't have the edge to be able to do it. So yeah. I've always related to that. So I wanted to write an immigrant story. We wrote a very passionate immigrant story, very, very modern immigrant story about what our immigrants are going through every day in this country, and we had a good time putting this character together. And I think it really fits the Hotshot universe and the heart of that character, because that character of Hotshot, he goes through things. He doesn't always make the right choices, and he's trying to do his best. And I think someone who's a villain, but also in a bad situation, you can understand why this person's a villain, really puts Hotshot to the test of how does Hotshot respond to that when he can relate to the situation.
Yeah. And what about the amputee piece? How did that come to be? Did you?
I think I wanted something to make it to really make it special. My brother has one arm. My brother was born with one arm, so I think that's always something in the forefront of my mind. I don't. It's not something that consumes me per se. Like I'm not angry about it, but my brother has one arm. He was born with one arm, and I've had to deal with people mocking and getting in fights because of it. As we grew up and things like that. So I think I've always had a heart for that stuff. But I also really wanted it distinct. There's a lot of rock type characters, right? We've got Thing, we've got Rockslide and the X-Men. You've got even Sandman's kind of related to this stuff because we're pulling up stuff. So I wanted something that makes him different all the time. So he's an amputee when he's not this. And what does that look like? if he decides to not be mad all the time, can he use this power for good to just walk and do these things? So I wanted to really challenge that stuff and really add the extra elements to it. And these accidents happen all the time. The immigrant will get into an accident. They don't have, not even just immigrants, like poor people. Like we get in a situation, we don't have insurance. And so if you had money, this would be curable. Like, but because you don't, we're going to have to take off your foot because that's the cheapest route to handle the situation. Mm-hmm. So I think that it really kind of tells the story of America and how we handle healthcare, right? Every other country in the world has free healthcare, but America's like, we can't afford that. You know, I know we're the richest country in the world, but, you know, we just don't have the spare budget somehow. But, you know,
capitalism.
Military is fine though, right? You guys like guns.
We need more of those. No.
Right.
Oh, wow. Oh, thank you for sharing that. I always like when there's something a little bit different about a comic or a character or a story or whatever. So that's really interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. You know, Mike, somebody else is going to have to draw you, since you gave this issue to the other guy. He's now going to have to reconstruct this crazy shenanigans.
Well, so here's the cool thing about this character. Whenever the character forms, he's never the same.
Right, it's true.
He's not gathering the same elements and things like that. And I'm thinking kind of like that it's almost like a snail. Like
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So I'm trying to make it detailed, but also some stuff that the artist could just kind of throw in there.
That's what's up. Sir Seaborn said technical issues. I don't know if we slowed down or if we got stuck or something, but hopefully we're back and maybe it was just on his side. Hey, Sir Seaborn.
Maybe. But yeah, so we didn't miss a beat here. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for being on here. I'm actually really fucking having fun drawing this damn thing.
I can tell.
You're going to send me those inks when you're done, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I might just stay on here a little. Oh, you know what? I'm going to talk to you, Tess, and get our sponsorship on here, and then I'm going to come back on and finish this up. But I want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out tonight for the 276th episode of Chat and Draw. If you've been wondering, like, dang, 276 episodes, like, are you going to do something for the 300th episode? Absolutely doing something for the 300th episode. Don't know what it is yet, but I do know one thing is going to happen. We're going to have all 300 pieces that I have done on the show that have been colored by me, been colored by Veronica, colored by a number of people in the first hardback volume of Chat and Draw. It'll be Chat and Draw 300. And it's going to have all the artwork in it. And we're going to kick that off in a Kickstarter. I'm shooting for the 300th episode to launch it on. But, you know, we'll have some many guests from the past 300 episodes or whatnot. And we're just going to keep this party going because I really love doing this show. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, and it came out of the pandemic and it's still here thriving.
There it is.
I love this pencil. I don't know if I could have drew this if I didn't have these pencils. I don't know if I could have drew it this way without this pencil, because that opacity change on this, that's a game changer, buddy.
So, Veronica, you going to color this for me?
I sure can.
All right, let's make that happen.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much. We will be back here next week. I don't know who the guest is yet. I'm going to work with Mayhew and getting our guests planned a bit ahead. This Kickstarter has been crazy. But again, if you guys can, share that Kickstarter, pledge and back that Kickstarter. Do whatever you can to let other people know about it. Thank you so much at fskgo.com. And we will check you out next time. Keep sketching, everybody.
I think that I should ask Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask Mr. Watson.